Okay, amazing. Let me just pin this also. I think I might hear us still. That's fine. We're okay. All right. So, hey, everyone.
Hi, Stacy. How are
Oh,
you?
good. Okay, you guys. So me and Deb met a few years ago. Gosh, it's been like right before. I don't think I was doing Do the Thing yet. No, I wasn't doing Do the Thing yet. We
No,
met.
you were not.
No, yeah. So that was new. Okay, these glasses are too weird. I can't see myself. And we met, and it's funny, you've been a part of the whole thing though, because you guys, for those of you that are like Do the Thingers, and actually like officially gone through challenges, the Do the Thing formula. Deb was the one that I when we did a consulting call right as I was dissecting the formula, and she was the one that helped me come up with I'm game. And you were the one I had come up with game, and then you were the one that said game on. And then like the next day, all of a sudden, I'm like, it's I'm game. And so anyway, so it's cool that you've been a part of this
I'm
whole
game.
process.
Yes.
So good. And then we just had Deb on like what's been like a month ago. And you why don't you share what what you do? Because she did this amazing workshop. So for those of you that didn't see it, you're definitely going to want to go back and see it. She basically can help you get on the news and in media, and literally showed you exactly how to do that through that last workshop. So definitely check that out. And if you need the link, I can always post it in here later. But I'd love you to share just who you are and then why we're doing AI today also.
Okay, good. And just so everybody knows, I'm going to have Stacy help me answer some of your questions. I have some quizzes. So Stacy, you just bop in whenever you want. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen and we can get going. Does everybody see a guy right here?
Okay, let's see. Everyone see the
Does
guy.
everybody see
Oh,
a guy?
let's see.
What
Go
do you
ahead and
see?
comment. I see it. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yes, they're good. We got it. Yep.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
and let's
Oh,
see if we
Norma
can hear
City's
it
cute. Norma City's cute.
because we're starting out with a little joke for you. So here we go. Hopefully everybody can hear the joke.
Why don't AI systems ever procrastinate? Because they think procrastination is a human error. Hope you like my AI joke. Now, welcome to Do the Thing AI class with Deborah Sherman of Jack Tracy Marketing in Denver.
All
Why don't
right.
AI systems
Okay.
So
So
good.
wasn't that kind of funny? All right. So you guys, I own a public relation firm that, as Stacy said, gets clients on the news, but we also teach media training. We teach crisis communication training. Before this, I was an investigative reporter for ABC, CBS, NBC News across the country. After I got out of the news business, I worked for a little while with the FBI. I was in charge of their communications department for Colorado and Wyoming. And lately, I have been learning AI. And I've been taking classes, in case you're curious and you want to take some good classes, from Growth School and another one called Section School. Now, why would you listen to me? Because I'm just a new person. Here's why. I'm not a computer programmer. I haven't studied this. I'm just an average person who is trying to learn AI like all the rest of us. And I'm getting my arms around it. And I have found it to be life-changing. So I hope that we can show you a little bit about the possibilities here, the way you can use it in your personal life and professional life, if done correctly, can save you hundreds and hundreds of hours of time. So let's get going. First of all, I have a little poll for you. And what I'm going to have you do is type either A, B, or C in the chat. And Stacy's going to tell me. So A, do you think that AI is going to have a big impact on how we work and live? A lot, B, some, or C, not that much. Okay. So while you guys vote a lot, some, or not that much, I'm going to go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, you
So,
gotta do it's A. Everyone's saying different. Oh my God, a lot. Okay,
okay.
hold on.
All right,
A,
let's go back.
B.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Okay.
We got A. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. A, B, A, C, C.
Oh, really? So, okay. So either you're kind of either all in, it sounds like, or you're like, nah, this isn't such a big deal. Okay. Well, let me show you something. All right, Stacy, everybody else, are you familiar with Google? Yes. This is old. This is outdated. This may go away someday because it's so old because of AI. As you know, Google is a search engine that pulls all the relevant websites and documents that have been posted, and it gives you the answers. But if you've ever tried to find a simple answer, like, I don't know, how many times have the Denver Broncos won a Super Bowl? You kind of have to go to one site to another site to another site, and it takes you a while to actually find the information. I mean, if you're lucky, like if you put, I'm feeling lucky, sometimes you'll immediately get the answer. But a lot of times, what you're going to get first are all of those Google ranked websites, right? The first 10 are what people have paid for. Not only that, but as a publicist, I know that I publish a whole bunch of articles for clients that talk about whatever subject. And then I say, and you should go to this person because they're an expert. Well, so a lot of the information on Google is slanted and biased, right? So welcome to AI. AI is, it's called a LLM, a large language model. And what it is, it has been, people have been putting information, vast amounts, trillions of documents, plus it searches the web. Um, and not only that, but then it starts to learn from all of the information. Okay, so what's really amazing is if you type in AI, how I need a business plan, and every time you do it, it's going to give you a new answer because every single time it's pulling from different information and reanalyzing it. And so it's never, ever the same. And it's not just going to give you the top websites about how to build a business plan, right? It's actually going to create you a business plan. So this is the superpowers that you can have if you use AI. And I'm going to tell you more about it as we go, which ones you should use, which ones you shouldn't use. It's going to make you more creative. It's going to make you more analytical, more technical, and more articulate. In the last year, an MIT study says people who use ChatGPT are 40% more productive than compared to the people who don't. That is a really huge number. Harvard and a BCG study, what they did is they took groups of people. They had some people use ChatGPT and other people not use ChatGPT. And those that used AI, first of all, they completed 12% more tasks than the people working without it. They did it 25% faster, and 40%, the quality of their work was 40%. That's almost half better than the person next to them who didn't use it. And so it even made people who were not very good high performers, who were kind of low performers, better. So which kind of suggests that a low performer who uses ChatGPT could be a high performer. So it radically changes how efficient, how fast, and how good you are. If you have any questions, Stacey, or anybody else, you can talk to me.
Yeah,
and
no, we're
let me
good.
know.
We have so Benjamin was saying he uses Perplexity. Is that another form of a chat GPT?
Yep, Benjamin will come up to perplexity in just a moment.
Oh, cool. And then he
Yeah.
wants an
So,
AI that has access to Westlaw, LexisNexis, or Bloomberg Law.
so I don't know all the answers to everything because I am new, but um, we can always ask ChatGPT later for those answers that I don't know. It'll be really fun.
Love that.
Here's the
Yeah.
coolest thing. Did you know that the average IQ is about 100? I have never done an IQ test. Maybe I'm afraid, but right now, and it is changing by the day. The IQ range for AI is 120, between 120 and 130. So right there, you've got a very, very smart teammate. All right, a new poll. How often do you use generative AI? It sounds like Benjamin has used Perplexity. Anybody else using it? There's, Microsoft's Copilot. There is Google's Bard or Bing. There's Bard. There's all kinds of different AI really popping up in our daily lives. Siri, right, is a form of AI. So, Stacey, what are they saying? Are they saying every day or a few
Let's
times?
take a look. Let's see
Okay.
here. Okay, so Joyce uses Now Site. Paul said yes, he uses it. That's just a few of the comments.
Okay. All right. I
So
think,
a few times a month. I've used a few and kind of settled on Perplexity. That's funny. I've never even heard of Perplexity before. It's so cool. And
yeah.
Norma said, so I'd say the letters. Norma said B. And then let's see. Oh, chat on my phone. B. There we go. Got a few more.
Okay.
B.
Now, just like anything else, and if you're a doer, do the thinger, you're going to know that the way to do the thing is to do it every day. And the way to get good at generative AI is to just start small but use it every single day. And pretty soon you're going to feel more comfortable. It's like when I started boxing classes, I was really awful at it, but you put time into it 3 days a week, and all of a sudden, hey, you're not such a bad boxer. But think of AI as your assistant, an assistant or a teammate who knows everything. They learn quickly. They learn your style. They learn what you like. They learn if you use long sentences, short sentences, if you're witty, if you're more serious. They're logical. They're data driven. They're unemotional. They're analytical. You can tell them to be really, really creative. In fact, you're going to see all the jokes throughout this presentation. I asked ChatGTP to come up with them. And I want to go back really quick to the top of this one. See this picture? This is an AI picture. The only thing that's real in that photo is my face and my hair, right? The jacket, the background, none of that's real. Yeah. So you can even create a bunch of headshots. And if anybody wants some, I've got a special going on right now for $50 and you get like a dozen. So
Because it's still you, but you're just changing your outfit,
oh,
right?
it puts you in different outfits. It puts you in different scenarios. It has different lighting on your face, and it's just a whole bunch of fun.
You know
Um,
what? Sorry, not to get sidetracked, but I think that would be really cool to like see how you look in different styles and things like that. I bet you could like use AI for
it
that.
is. Yeah, I should show you them. But first let's get through this and then we'll see if we have time.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, and then of course I had to do my boyfriend and all that stuff. So it's just a whole bunch of fun and he got some great pictures out of it too. But
Cool.
what's interesting with AI is it can move across domains, functions, and disciplines seamlessly. So if you need some legal help, if you need some accounting help, financial help, um, I'm trying to think of psychological help. Literally, you can use ChatGPT to say, act as a therapist. I'm having this issue with so and so, maybe my son who's a teenager, and we're arguing. What kind of advice would you give me? Now you've told it to be an expert, and it will give you wonderful feedback. Okay. For all of those wonderful things, there are some weaknesses still in AI. You just have to be very aware of them. And you're the human. You're the one putting in the prompts. And what is a prompt? A prompt is the instructions. Okay, it's called an instruction, a prompt. And you're telling it what to do. So make sure that you fact check everything. AI is, I have not used AI yet except for those photos, where I could just do it and it's done. I've always had to tweak it a little bit. I think I'd like to add this in or add that in. But if there's any facts in your presentation, your business plan, your PowerPoint, whatever, you want to tell ChatGPT to cite its sources and provide you a link so that you can click on the link and it'll go right to the source and you can verify that. It is a little biased. You've probably heard about that in the news. Sometimes, especially on the image programs, I think there was one where you couldn't get Google or Bard or something like that to make a white person, which was super crazy. The Washington Post, I know, has been doing a bunch of tests, but I haven't had any issues. It's just something to be aware of and to look out for. And also, different pardon me, LLMs, large language models, they all act a little bit differently. So you're going to use them depending on what you want to create. So let's get into that, because I know you guys have mentioned some already. But
Oh, Norma
first,
wants help with accounting. Chat
somebody said
Yeah.
accounting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you need help with math, if you need help with accounting, analyzing spreadsheets, it's mind-boggling what's
That's
possible,
crazy.
and I'm going to get to that. This is probably where you are now, the curious noob, and maybe hopefully by the end of this, you're going to be like, wow. And then you're gonna hang up, or after this, you're going to be like, wait, what did I just learn? And then you want to build your way up. Telling you guys, this is the new internet. It is going to make that much of a difference in our lives. So you may as well get on board because it's happening. I mean, if you can imagine having never gotten on the internet board, right? The World Wide Web, if you had decided not to go down that road, this is just as significant, if not more, because I guarantee you that everybody else next to you, especially younger people, if you're in a profession, they're going to be using this, and you don't want their ideas to be the 40% better and smarter than you. So we were talking about the different LLMs, and here are some of them. So Chat GPT-4 is a paid one. That's the one I use right now. It's about $20 a month, but you don't have to use that. I started out with Chat GPT-3, which is free, or there's just Chat GPT, and play with it, get comfortable with it. And then once you really kind of figure out what this is all about, then you can start subscribing for it if you choose to. Claude from Anthropic, Claude 2. I love this one. Now, Claude is really for analyzing a lot of documents, PDFs, books, and stuff like that. It's better at it than chat. So you would use that. Let's see. So as you can see here, Chat GPT-4, it has advanced data analysis. It does do some visuals. Claude does not. Perplexity. So this is really great for conversational search, and it's way better than Bard. Oopsie. And so that's why we gave it so many stars. Poe is pretty good. Although some of these I have found I've signed up for them and I can't even understand them. It's just too confusing for me. It talks about, I'm not even going to go there because I don't even understand it. So you have to just be really careful what's usable, what's user friendly at your level. There's of course Microsoft Copilot, which everybody has heard of. It'll really help you with writing and producing things. But and going on down now, ChatGPT 3 does hallucinate more than 4, which is the paid version. But it's really a matter of just double checking some of the work and reading it carefully. And then PI from Inflection, I haven't used that one. I've heard others have. They do have a mobile app. These other ones, I think the only one that now has a mobile app is ChatGPT 4. So here's how fast technology is changing. Last week, I was like, oh, my favorite is ChatGPT 4 because it's the best. And then 2 days ago, it changed. Anthropic came out with Claude 3, which combines 3 chat GPTs to surpass everything else. So it is, but of course you have to subscribe for it. But so now this, as you can tell, is more knowledgeable, more accurate, and all that than all of these other ones. So given that, and that just came out, my recommendation is still going to be these two, ChatGPT and Claude. You want to start out with your toolkit. You want to just start basic. And by the way, Claude is free. You can do a bunch of stuff with Claude. I think they give you multiple credits, and then all of a sudden you have to pay for it. So you can try out almost all of these on a trial basis. So don't worry about that.
Oh, I have a question, Deb. Paul
Yeah.
asked, is ChatGPT 4 more updated than free versions that search up to 2022?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chat GPT-4 is their best, fastest model until yesterday. It was the #1 model, or a couple days ago when Claude came out. But I think that Claude is still different enough for ChatGPT because Claude is so document driven that you would still want to use both. But yeah, GPT-4, you do have to pay $20 a month. Again, fewer hallucinations than the paid version. So I really like those two. There's all these other ones though. Here's the research assistant, Perplexity, which really dives deep into thesis and all kinds of research papers. Here's the cheap therapist I told you about, which is a lot of fun. Poe will search a bunch of chat GPTs all at the same time. Dolly, I tried and it's really complicated. So right now I'm using other things and I'll show you those. But bottom line, my recommendation, these are the two ones that I would use right now. And maybe you can even get Claude 3. Of course, you'd have to pay for that, but they're easy to use. They work immediately. And between the two of them, they can do almost anything you can imagine or want. Okay. So there are 4 major use cases of ChatGPTs. So the first way you want to use this is to generate ideas. Okay. What kind of business should I start? You know, I really love boxing. What kind of ideas do you have for me? Right. Or brainstorming. What do you think about this? Well, no, that would be analyze content. So analyze content would be, I just made this PowerPoint. Can you please critique it and tell me, what am I missing? What's lacking? What questions would you have? What questions will other people have about this? It can summarize books. It can summarize websites, podcasts, YouTube videos. So you no longer have to spend 2 hours watching something on YouTube, except for Stacey, and do the things. 2 other ways you can use it is to generate content. Hey, I need to create some pictures for my social media post about my PR firm. Please help me with that. Please create a short video. Please go on to LinkedIn and make comments about all of my friends' LinkedIn posts. Is anybody else's? Give me an MB in the chat if your mind just blew.
Yeah, I'm like, is that serious? Can you really do that?
You can have ChatGPT go to LinkedIn, read the posts, summarize it. Of course, you have to hit approve. So it's going to summarize the post. It's going to look at all the comments. It's going to come up with a new creative comment. And then all you have to do is hit accept and post.
Okay, you're getting an MB, so that's good.
Okay, MB, mind blowing. Okay, and one other way to use AI right now is to give you feedback. So you might say, you know what, I really want to practice for this job interview. Can you please act as a high-level Google official who needs a publicist and put me through a very rigorous job interview? And it's going to ask you questions. I'm going to respond. And then it's going to analyze my responses at the end of the whole thing. I really think you could have done better here or there or there. So it's just incredible.
Wow, I never realized you could use it. I mean, obviously all that LinkedIn stuff's crazy, but like just even getting feedback, especially like if you're launching a new program or you're writing a letter, you know, asking that.
Emails.
Yeah, I've done the thing where I'm like, please summarize or pretend like I'm a 7-year-old, but I didn't think about saying like, is this clear enough? You know, clearly articulated. Please tell me what holes there are that I can improve on. That's actually really cool. I'm just thinking of all that. My mind, I'm like sitting here going, how?
Oh yeah, this is mind-blowing stuff. So in addition to grammar and sentence syntax and all of that stuff, it's this can be written better. So
you had a question on the video. You said practice by video.
Okay, practice by. Oh, don't worry, we're coming up to that.
Okay,
cool. We're good question. We're coming up to it. So, I wrote a press release, and you know, I'm all proud of my little press release. So I'm like, let's just see what chat can do with this. So I upload it, and I say, okay. And when I say upload it, you can either drag and drop your Word document or PDF into it, and then it'll automatically read it, or you can copy and paste your press release or information into the chat box, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then it'll read it. So I pasted in there and it rewrote it shorter and better. And I was a little bummed. Because I was like, dang, I thought that was really good. And it just showed me up. But I used it. I used it to make some pitches. So that was terrific.
Good. Oh, Norma said she'd love to practice interviews.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Interviews are great ways. So let's say that you're going to prep for a meeting. This is a good one. So let's have AI help us prep for an upcoming meeting. Now, if you guys can take screenshots of this, I encourage you to, because these are the actual prompts or instructions that you're going to give ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you that for real in one moment. So I have an upcoming meeting with so-and-so and this person's name who works at this company. Help me prepare for the meeting. Give me an overview of the company, the industry, its priorities, and any other information you can find on the company. Okay, so let's see what happens, Stacey, when we do that. Shall we? Whoopsie. Let's see what happens when we do that. So I copied and pasted that prompt into my ChatGPT-4, okay? And let's see what happens. So as you can see, this is what I copied and pasted from the screen before. But then, of course, I added in my own information. All right, I have an upcoming meeting about AI with Stacey Lauren. All right, who's the founder of Do the Thing, and help me prepare for the meeting. Give me an overview of the company, its priorities. Okay. And I want to see if we can find out anything else about Stacey that I might want. So I'm going to use her maiden name too, just in case that comes up. Her full name, I should say. Okay.
It's scary. No, I'm just kidding.
And voila. She's a CEO podcaster of Do
Cool.
the Thing.
Look at that.
There's her podcast. That's what it does. Topic
Oh.
from this and that.
What?
Here's the I'm Game
No
formula.
way.
Here
That's
are what her
crazy.
activities are: live virtual challenges and 1-day intensive, on-demand challenges. Okay.
That's insane.
Community engagement. These
This
are
is
her
a great way to
priorities.
research people for podcast interviews and everything. This is great.
Oh, 100% you should. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a way to prepare for a meeting. But let's say, I think I want to take a little bit further. So let's say that, let's see, let's see. Let's say that now I want to say, you know what, can you give me an agenda for this meeting with Stacey? Because, use the information I just gave you and give me some talking points. Okay, let's see what happens.
Wow.
I know, mind blowing.
It's scary. It's like so weird,
I mean,
Think about it.
instantly. So here we go.
Oh.
Let's do quick introductions, brief presentation by Stacey, and then current marketing and PR strategies. So here's how we can collaborate. We should talk about 15 minutes about planning for the future. Okay. And then, and this is how I should prepare. I should review her website. I should consider potential questions. And then it even gave me a little thing to send Stacey. Here's our meeting information. But let's say I want to take it even further. Okay. Let's say that now I want to say, well, is Stacey going to object to anything I say? And how can I counter her arguments? So what questions or objections may arise during this meeting? And how do I prepare for what she's going to say?
Let's see.
Let's see what you might say. Okay.
Wow. Norma said she wishes she knew this a week ago.
I wish I knew. Well, it's only been around for about 6 months. You guys, it's only about 6 months that it's been available to the public like this in this format. So you're only 6 months behind.
That's
Isn't
insane. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So what is Stacey going to come back at me? Well, Some concerns she might have are, well, how do your PR services align with my brand? So this is how I prepare for that. I better familiarize myself with her ethos and her past campaigns, right? She might say, what specific results can you guarantee? Well, so this is how I prepare for that. Hey, I already have a strong digital and community presence. How are you going to help me?
Hmm.
Acknowledge her strengths, focus on her untapped markets, innovative content strategies. And then she might say, well, do you have any examples of crisis comm management you've handled before? And then, of course, it's telling me, make sure you get your case studies in order. All right, so it's going to go on here. Can't remember how many tips it gives me. Was it 5? How do you plan to measure the success? Okay. And why am I unique? Right. So it's going to look, it's talking about my experience with the FBI, my journalism awards, my
Hmm.
storytelling skills, my network. And then here it's giving me specific tasks to prepare for the meeting, research, tailor my pitch, my success stories, listen, clear communication, and a follow-up plan.
Hmm.
So that is how you can, and it can do more. I mean, it can do so much more. You could say, for example, okay, now create my PowerPoint presentation,
What?
which you're going to get to in a minute.
Okay.
But first, let's say that you do have a document that, and maybe it's if you're a student, maybe it's homework, maybe it's a book that you're writing, maybe it's whatever, a paper because you're an instructor. So AI, you're going to ask it to proofread this document. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, act as an editor and
Hmm.
proofread it for grammatical errors, clarity, and overall flow. So you guys, make a screenshot of this, and it will come back with a huge analysis of your PDF or your Word document. And here's the thing. So for this, I would use ChatGPT, but I would also use Claude because I think, and often I'll do both. I'll do both, and then I'll compare the answers, and then I'll take the best of both worlds. So you can always do that too, and I actually recommend you do that. Now, the other day, my partner said, "Hey, you got to read this book about sustainability leadership. It's really important." So I said, okay, I'll read it. So I said, please summarize this
Oh
book
my
for me.
gosh.
Please summarize it because I'm too lazy. And I wanted you to give me the key talking points for this book, the key points. So let's see. Please summarize the following book and give me the key takeaways. Okay.
Wow.
And then here is the book, Sustainability Leadership, a Leadership Approach. Okay, I got to say, it's actually a very good book. And then it asked me, what language do I want it in? Well, I say, I want it in English. So it says, okay, I'm on it.
Wait, and sorry, how did you get to book summarizer again?
It's just in ChatGPT. You could just say, summarize the book.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
literally summarize the book.
So, wow. So,
Yeah.
Norma asked, how effective is AI considering it sounds like predictable or mind reading?
What's the question?
Like, how effective is AI considering it seems like predictable or mind reading?
Well, I don't think it's predictable. I don't have all of this information that it's asking me, that I'm asking it, right? It
Mm,
is collecting it faster than I could. And remember all those statistics at the top, it makes you
yeah.
faster. Pardon me, it makes you smarter. You get it faster and the quality of your work is better. So it would have taken me well, first of all, I went ahead and read this book, just so you guys know, I went ahead and read this book in order to review the summary to see if this summary was good. And it is, it's accurate. It was very, very accurate. And what's even cooler is now I can say, you know what, tell me more. Where did this guy come from? And how did he develop his approach to sustainability in businesses? And it'll give me that answer. So what you can do now is literally have a conversation about this book, no matter what, what are the, how much does it save businesses that act sustainable or that start recycling and start using I'm trying to think of sustainability stuff. So it's growing things without pesticides. It's reusing things that have been trashed. Like, how much does that save people, or does it cost businesses to do this? And it'll pull all the answers out of the book with exact quotes. Okay. So this is, to me, really amazing. Somebody asks you to write a book review, and you don't have time to read their book, and maybe they want the book review up right away. What I would say to this is, I would say, please give me the key takeaways and then write me a book review. And then, yeah, and then I would post it. All
Amazing.
right. So it is amazing. Okay. So now, how about this? Huh? Okay, so everybody, I want you to say, give me a P in the chat. Everybody put a P in the chat if this freaks you out. Okay, Stacy, put a P in there for me because this freaks me out. P for paranoid. P
Be
for
prepared.
paranoid. Okay, so I am not a math person in general, and this really scares me. So what can you do with this? What you do is you drop this image into
No,
GPT, and it explains it. And
no
this
way.
is, here's your prompt. Here's what the prompt should say. You are an expert in data analysis and reading visualizations and dashboards. Go through the dashboard above, which was that image, and give me 5 actionable insights. Also, teach me how to read this dashboard like I'm 15 years old. Here are the results. Instead of showing it happening live, I just went ahead and copied it, screenshotted it for you. So basically it says, here's how to read it. These are amounts of money that the company is owed. If accounts receivable is higher than payable, it means the company has more money. So, which is good. Whoopsie. Anyway, so I couldn't get the whole thing out here, but what it did is it did give me 5 actionable insights. So what it said is the company does this with their debt to equity, blah, 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 blah. So it gave me the results. Okay. It gave me the results. You can, let's say that you're building a desk from IKEA, and you know those long IKEA instructions. You can take pictures of those, put them into ChatGPT and say, explain these directions. And bang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll give you simple, clear directions. How about this? See this parking sign? Oh my gosh. What if you took a picture of this parking sign and you said, can you please explain this sign? If it's 5 o'clock, can I park here or not? And if so, for how long? All right. So what you do is you drag the parking signs picture
Wow.
into ChatGPT. Again, this is like, putting in IKEA directions. There it is. And here comes the answer. So first it's going to tell me, it's going to say, look, this means this. This means this.
It's really cool because I'm one of those like learning whatever, like where it's hard, like even reading directions to put something together. I could imagine just anytime I'm like getting stuck, I could use it as that
That's
too.
right. So given that it's 5 p.m., you can park, but you can only park for 1 hour. This means you need to move your car by 6 p.m. to avoid potential violations. Pretty cool, right?
So cool.
I think that's cool. Now, so the trick here is whenever you see a blank page, think AI. I have to write an email. Have AI help you draft it. I have to write a business plan. Have AI help you write it. I have to write a book review. I have to create a social media post. I have to make a video. I want a menu. I want to know what to eat tonight, and I only have chicken in my refrigerator. So those are the kind of things, whenever you're sort of faced with a blank thing. And of course, everybody knows it's easier to start with something on paper than to start creating it from scratch. So here is one. Let's see. Okay, we already did that one. Okay, so here's another way it can help you role play a conversation. And I already talked about that, but here's the actual prompt. If you guys want to copy and paste that, I need to have a conversation with my client about something. Please act as my coach by role playing as my whoever, respond and react realistically based on the situation described. After we complete the role play, provide constructive feedback on how I did, focus on my negotiation tactics, responses, and my tone. Offer suggestions on how I could have handled the situation better, and then give it some more context here. The goal, AI, is for you to coach me on being more persuasive and strategic in difficult conversations. Be thoughtful, constructive, and blunt. Assume the persona of my career coach who has developed trust with me and can call me out on the good and the bad. Right? So you're telling it how to treat you, how to talk to you, not to pull any punches. Don't you
So
love
good.
that?
Paul said, you could also use it for what can I make with these ingredients I have in the fridge. It's actually a really good idea.
That's right. That's a great idea. We were talking about PowerPoint. So of course, when I sat down to do this for you, Stacey, I'm like, oh, why don't I have it make a PowerPoint for me? There's a couple really good ones, and you get free trials, Tome and Pitch AI. So I went to tome.app and I said, hey, generate me a presentation about how people can begin to use AIs and LLMs to improve their lives. Highlight real examples. Let's see what happened to my mouse. Highlight real examples of easy ways people can use those. Start the deck with a short history of AI and the definitions of LLMs. Okay. So then get creative, I said, and show a range of fun things people can do with LLMs across the board. So the first thing, as you can see, it's building me here, is an outline. Okay. Then I tell it to generate a presentation. And again, if you pay for it, it goes faster. And here we go. Here is a presentation, the definition, how it works, real examples of using it, and then finally some fun things to do with LLMs. Pretty cool, right? So an instant
cool. Yeah.
presentation.
That's insane.
It is. And again, let's say that, I don't really want to talk to you guys about game design because I know nothing about gaming. So I would edit that out, right? So you can do that. But here I just kind of went through the slides a little bit more. Okay, so let's go back, or let's go to the next slide. Whoopsie.
Oh, Paul said, what is an LLM?
An LLM is the word, an LLM is the word for these chat GPTs. So LLM stands for large language models, language models. And large is for the vast amounts of information that it's been fed. Okay. I think I got that wrong. Large learning models. Large learning models. The reason the L is for learning is because it learns from everything that's put in, everything that's come before, and it can even predict, right? So one fun thing I did, and this is a little bit advanced, but you can even create your own chat GPT. So I created one to predict if it could for me. So I said, okay, you are a financial expert. You make a ton of money. You are the best stock analyzer in the whole world, and everybody comes to you for advice. I want to play some options this Monday, short-term options on some companies that pay really good premiums. Please recommend which stocks I should play today.
My gosh.
And bang, it came up with some ideas. Now, a couple of them were out of my price range. Like for one stock, it was $600, and I'm not going to do that. I was looking for more like the $30 range. So what I should have said is, make sure the stocks cost $100 and less. That's what I should have said. You can say, my company needs to do some downsizing. Please give us an analysis of our business. Show us where we can save money, cut costs, and do not mention laying off employees. We want to keep our employees. And then it will do that. So you're telling it not only what to do, but what not to do. We don't want any employees laid off. So now it's going to give you an analysis of where you're spending the most money, where it thinks you can make cutbacks, and not touch your employees.
So good. I'd love to hear you guys put in the comments what you're excited about looking up after this workshop, because I have so many things in my brain that I feel like I'm excited about.
Okay. And so here's another one. Give feedback ads. And I love this one. This is my favorite. And I've got a bunch of prompts for you at the end that you can copy and paste. But again,
Nice.
screenshot this one, guys. So I recently made the decision to start working out. Maybe give it other useful context. Like I haven't worked out in 10 years and I am trying to lose 20 pounds. Give me feedback as my health coach. What will this person like about my proposed decision? What will they critique? Include at least 3 pieces of feedback. Okay, so once you get the information, that's what these additional prompts are about. Then you can further quiz it. So what additional information could I provide to my health coach to convince them of this? Or what else should I get buy-in from for this decision? How would you make so those aren't good ones for the healthcare scenario that I just came up with. But the point here is that you can ask it to coach you through different things or be a CEO or your board of directors or your boss or whatever. This is a really good one. Have your AI be a board member. I am the CEO of section. Tell it, this is the board meeting deck that I've created. Pretend to be a board member and tell me how you think other board members or yourself will react or what questions they might ask, right? So maybe you're worried about your board presentation. Ask chat to do you a favor and think what they're going to think about it and what questions they might ask.
So good.
Now,
Oh,
here are videos. Okay, so there are so many fun video AI apps now. I mean, it's mind-boggling. I'm sure you guys all saw the news a couple of weeks ago. I think it's called Solero, and it used to just be able to do 5 seconds of video of, let's say, a dog barking out the window, and now it's up to like 30 seconds. Well, it won't long till it's up to an hour, and the entire thing was created. The entire thing with AI, just text prompting, right? It wasn't anything else. I don't know how the other graphics are done, but it's my understanding they're done by hand, or some of that is, or used to be, no more. So this one, you can write a text and it will create you whatever you want, like maybe a social media post. But what I did here is I went ahead and I went to NVIDIA AI, and then you can create it. Oopsie, you can create a text, and it'll then create a whole new video, or you can choose a template. And that's what I did here. I saw that there was kind of like a meditation template. So I decided to give it some, I decided to give it some text for meditation and pretending that I had a meditation class. And I basically said, make me an ad. Make me an ad that I can run on Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay. So now I did write the script myself, but what I should have done, if you see the blue line above, ask AI to write your script.
Wow.
I should have done that. Instead, I just kind of made it up here, which is fine too.
What did you say again? You said make me an ad that can
So
sell meditation?
yeah, I just said this, I need an ad that I can run on LinkedIn and Facebook. And then so what you do, you can add in your URL there, hit create scene, and
No
voila.
way. Are you serious?
Yeah, with the words I just gave it.
That's insane. Oh, Joyce, that's insane. What in the world is happening? So cool.
Okay, my MB, everybody. Mind blowing.
That is so cool.
MD, if your mind's blown.
That's ridiculous. That is so cool. And then can you change any of the images? Like, can you go in there and you can edit whatever you want?
Yes, you can change the images, you can change the words,
Do
you
the
know, you can change the
meditation.
background, you can do anything.
Wow.
How cool
Oh,
is that?
that is so, Joyce asked, is it an app? So nvideo.io, do you go to that website or is that an app that you go to?
It's a website.
It's a website.
Yeah,
Oh my
video.
God.
Let me go back one screen.
Let me just find it and I'll put it in the links.
In
Oh,
video AI.
that's cool.
And yeah, and I did this one for free. So I'm sure if I paid, I could get a simpler one, right? But this was just for this sample. So what else can you do? You can ask AI to write the first draft of a project spec. You can ask it to write a book. You can ask it to write an ebook, right? About, I'm game. This is what you do. Here's the prompt. So screenshot. I need to create a project spec for this. Please write the first draft using first with the background, blah, 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 right? So basically, you're telling it exactly what to do. Please follow this template structure and fill in the relevant details. The goal is to create a concise, high quality first draft project plan that I can refine as needed before finalizing. Assume I will understand any company industry specific references made. Please let me know if any information is ambiguous or missing. Pretty cool. Here's what happened when we put that prompt into chat. We got all of this, right? Cross promotion and integration, call to actions, monitor and adapt. Here, this is something that we did not ask for, but this came up with this idea anyway, strategic partnerships. Okay, so, and actually this prompt was a little different. This one was, I'm a marketing advisor. Help me think through a go-to marketing strategy for a new product launch. We don't have a product yet, so we're introducing ourselves to the world. I'd like to use Medium for thought pieces, Twitter to connect with other thought leaders, that should be X, and influencers, and YouTube to show our product in action. The goal is to drive waitlist signups on our website. Our team is small, so we can't create a lot of content. Of course, they can now with AI. So help me think through the tactics. So this is an actual case study, and it thought through the tactics right here, and it outlined all of the ideas that you should be doing for your business.
Wow.
Create text based on a visual. Okay. Not only will it draft a video or make a social media post, but you can say, write me a story about this topic. The other day, I had it write me a story about, and it was so boring, I was dreading researching it, but compliance, PCI compliance for websites, right? I don't know a whole lot about that. So normally what I would do before this is I would spend a couple hours researching what is compliance 4.0, who made the new regulations, what businesses have to adapt to it, when is the deadline to adapt to it, why is it needed? Instead, I said, can you please write me an article about why this is needed? And then once the article was written and I tweaked it a little bit, I put in my client's name here and there and added a quote from them. Then I said, now write me a press release about it, and then write me marketing copy based on it, right? And so they can make you a visual. In fact, sometimes it just automatically creates you a visual, even if you don't ask for it, which is fun. But so go ahead and screenshot this based on this. You can also provide it a visual. And it'll go backwards. It'll write the story based on that, right? So let's say that you're a good artist and you want to draw something. Okay, now tell me imagine what this lady in this drawing is about and doing, and it'll go backwards. I mean, it's just
amazing.
MB. Okay. So I just want you to explore the capabilities, right? I think this is just start playing, guys. So create an executive summary of this report, right? And make sure you say, for my bosses, and I want to impress them, right? Like give the chat some specific instructions. I want it to be the best executive summary they've ever had. You can go to ChatGPT-4 Gemini and say, create an image of a purple giraffe. ChatGPT-4, what kind of dog is this? It's a lot like our sign. Remember that? Please tell me what this sign means. What kind of dog is this that I saw in the street? I want one. You can put in your outfit and say, and this lady, it's a ChatGPT built on this Italian designer, and she will recommend things to do with the outfit you just uploaded. It's pretty cool. And it's free.
I have to point something out to you guys because so it's so cool because Deb's like an expert, right, in news, media, public relations. So she has this ability to be able to help people leverage their platform through being able to put themselves out there. And you just learned this when? When did you just learn this?
I started taking classes about, was it a month ago, maybe 2 months ago,
So
right?
she is doing the E in I'm Game, which is the educating others part of it. And she just like learned it. And now it's like you had to now prepare this. You're teaching it. You guys are getting value from her because she took the time to learn it. And now she's teaching it and you're learning. So I just want to show how easy it is to be able to like really synthesize and integrate information and now have the contribution, right? Where you're all being impacted because you're able to do this. Like, I think it's so cool that you just started this a month ago and it's like, we're all
I
like,
know.
oh my God, what's happening here? You know?
I literally learned the I'm game formula. I mean, executed the I'm game formula. You know, you learn it, you do it, you practice, and then you teach it, right? I mean, that is you. That was your I'm game. And I'm so grateful for that because I wouldn't have even thought to teach somebody, but this action that you asked me to do, Stacey, made me learn it even better because now I'm teaching it. I mean, it's crazy. But look at all the different things you can do. So these are just some ideas. And by the way, guys, I've got a list here coming up. There are hundreds and hundreds of really cool sites. But so let's just keep going. Here's who was that, Benjamin or Jason, who said, give me 5 ideas for high protein, gluten-free
Yeah,
dinner
that's good.
recipes.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then here, data analysis, calculate NPS from my customer survey data. If I only knew what NPS meant. Here's other ways you can use it. Write a dinner menu for the week based on my diet. Figure out what's going on in the mind of my teenage daughter, right? You would say, act as my therapist, listen in on a doctor's appointment. So what you can do, and you probably know this already, but I will take my phone, I'll go to a doctor's appointment, I'll record the whole conversation. It instantly types up the notes, summarizes the meeting, and then gives me the key takeaways of what my doctor said. And I think that
How
would
do you
be
record it? Where are you recording it?
on my phone. It's a really cool app called Oasis, OASIS. And here's the funny thing, like these apps, right? They're crazy. So not only will it, you know, convert it to text, then summarize it, you know, key points, actions for me to take, email it to me, but then it'll write a song about it if I wanted to,
Wow.
or like start creating graphics. And I'm like, no, just need a summary.
That's so hilarious.
Right. So here, examine my credit card statements and analyze my receipts. Like, where is my spending too high? Right. You can do that. Book recommendations. Okay, professionally, you know, summarize this academic research paper or generate a report about something you're working on. Take notes and prep for a meeting. Analyze qualitative data. You know, so one thing I did is I taught crisis communication the other day, and instead of having my, you know, you do not recommendations. What do you do after, Stacey, after class, and you want them to give you feedback?